Oppo Find X9 Pro. Is it worth the hype? Everyone's been buzzing about Oppo Find X9 Pro, but is it really the Android flagship to beat in 2026? After a full week of daily use, from sunrise alarms to late-night scrolling, here's the unfiltered truth. Oppo's back with its latest premium smartphone, Find X9 Pro. Positioned as a high-end Android rival to Galaxy S25 and iPhone 16 Pro, it promises top-tier performance, a stunning camera system, and battery life that actually lasts. But does it deliver? Right out of the box, Find X9 Pro feels premium. Oppo went with a sleek, curved-edge glass back paired with an aluminum frame. Smooth, cool to the touch, and surprisingly grippy despite the curves. It's available in two finishes, a deep starry black and a subtle desert gold, both with a matte texture that resists fingerprints better than most glossy flagships. At 213 grams, it's not light, but it's well balanced. The curved display wraps just enough to feel immersive without making accidental touches a constant headache, a common complaint with older curved phones. The camera island is minimalist, 3 lenses arranged vertically with a subtle metallic ring, clean and modern, not flashy. One standout detail, the under-display fingerprint sensor is fast and accurate, and the alert slider on the left edge, borrowed from OnePlus, is a welcome addition for quick sound profile changes. No headphone jack, of course, but that's expected at this tier. Setting up Oppo Find X9 Pro is straightforward. Oppo's ColorOS 15, based on Android 15, guides you through account transfers, cloud backups, and app restores with minimal friction. If you're coming from another Android phone, the migration tool works seamlessly. iPhone users might miss some ecosystem perks, but the transition is still smooth. Day to day, the interface feels snappy and intuitive. Animations are fluid, app launches are instant, and multitasking with split screen or floating windows works without lag. The learning curve is low, even tech newcomers will find it easy to navigate. That said, Oppo still carries a few quirks. Some pre-installed apps can't be uninstalled, only disabled, and the settings menu is occasionally buried under layers of submenus. But overall, Oppo has trimmed the bloat compared to earlier versions, and the experience feels cleaner than ever. Powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset and 16 GB of RAM, Find X9 Pro flies through everything: gaming, 4K video editing, or juggling 20 Chrome tabs. In testing, Genshin Impact ran at max settings with stable frame rates and minimal heating thanks to Oppo's vapor chamber cooling system. The 6.82-inch AMOLED display is a showstopper. QHD Plus resolution, 120Hz LTPO refresh rate, and peak brightness over 3,000 nits. Whether you're watching HDR10 Plus content or reading in direct sunlight, it's crisp, vibrant, and easy on the eyes. Battery life is another win. The 5700 mAh cell consistently lasted from 7 a.m. to past midnight with heavy use, social media, GPS navigation, video calls, and photo snapping. And with 100-watt wired charging, you go from 0 to 100% in just 27 minutes. There's also 50-watt wireless charging, which is rare in non-Samsung flagships. Camera-wise, the triple lens setup includes a 50-megapixel main sensor with variable aperture, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 50-megapixel periscope telephoto with 3x optical zoom. Daylight shots are detailed and color-accurate, not oversaturated like some competitors. Low-light performance is impressive, especially with the new Night Mode Fusion algorithm that reduces noise without smudging textures. Portrait mode nails edge detection, even with complex backgrounds like hair or foliage. Oppo Find X9 Pro plays well with most ecosystems. It supports all major Android apps, Google services work flawlessly, and Bluetooth 5.4 ensures stable connections with headphones, speakers, and smartwatches. But Oppo's own ecosystem is still limited outside China. Features like seamless file sharing between Oppo devices or deep integration with Oppo watches aren't as polished as Samsung's or Apple's. If you're deep in Google's world, you'll be fine, but don't expect a tightly woven smart device experience unless you're all in on Oppo. Here's a real test. A full day in the city, commute, work meetings, lunch photos, and evening walk. The phone handled back-to-back Zoom calls without overheating. The telephoto lens came in handy snapping details of a mural from across the street. Battery dropped from 100% at 8 a.m. to 32% by 10 p.m. No midday panic charging. But one hiccup. During a rainy evening, the curved screen made one-handed typing tricky, and the auto brightness occasionally lagged under flickering streetlights. Minor, but noticeable. Pros: a stunning, bright, and smooth display. Exceptional battery life with ultra-fast charging. Versatile and reliable camera system, especially in low light. Premium build with thoughtful touches. Alert slider, IP68 rating. Clean, fast, and mostly bloat-free software. Great value compared to similarly spec'd rivals. Cons: curved screen may not suit everyone, accidental touches, harder to apply screen protectors. Limited global ecosystem integration. Some Oppo Color OS settings feel unintuitive. No expandable storage, slightly bulky for smaller hands. None of these are deal breakers for most users, but they're worth considering if you prioritize flat screens or deep smart home integration. Buy it if you want a powerful Android phone with all-day battery and rapid charging. You value camera versatility and display quality. You're okay with a slightly curved screen and don't rely on a broad smart device ecosystem. Skip it if you prefer flat screens or smaller phones. You're deeply invested in Apple's or Samsung's ecosystem. You rarely upgrade and want something ultra-simple with minimal software quirks. Oppo Find X9 Pro isn't trying to reinvent the smartphone. It's focused on refining what matters most: performance, battery, display, and camera reliability. It delivers a premium, polished experience without unnecessary gimmicks. After a week of use, it's easy to see why Oppo is gaining ground globally. It's not perfect, but it nails the fundamentals better than most, and that's what makes it one of the most well-rounded Android flagships of 2026. Would it stay in the packet? Absolutely.